Hello and welcome to these Battlegrounds. I'm Bobby B, and today we'll be looking at the GIJoe Classified Series GIJoe. Now, this is number 174 in the line. To be honest, I wasn't too knowledgeable when it came to Budo. I knew kind of like the bare minimum, the GI Joe's essentially samurai, and that was kind of it. I actually had to do some research and look up a little bit. JLS Comics has an awesome video if you want some backstory on him and everything. I'll try to cover some of the bases here, but yeah, he was not a new character to me, but one I just never got into. And then from where I jumped into, I guess the canon comic line, he wasn't exactly prominently featured, minus a few little story arcs here and there, but. We got him in GIJoe Classified, and initial thoughts are looking pretty great. But we'll talk about all this gear and stuff, and talk about if you'd want to see something similar to this moving forward with other characters. But let's get into this. So, gonna be a deluxe offering. We got our wider packaging, GIJoe Classified Series, our boring carbon fiber-ish packaging. GI Joe team, Kyle, Budo, Gesso. We got our QR code. We got our attributes, number 174 in the line. 171. I'm not sure if this is a fan channel exclusive or not, but there is your UPC code, if you would. And then we got some kind of bland artwork. I mean, at least it showcases the tack vest, which we'll definitely talk about going into this. But then on the back, we got them half geared up with half the stuff we got. So you can do some mix and matching. We'll talk about it as we go. We got a nice little the GI Joe logo in Japanese, close up of the arm gauntlet, and then a close up of his name tape and I believe clan identifier. So we'll keep going, but as you can see, a ton of stuff right out of the package. So he's in his classified uniform, and then we also get like a traditional samurai armor pieces, and we'll get them all worked into everything here, but we'll do the weapons that way they're out of the way, then we can focus on the rest of the uniform stuff. So we have 3 different swords, different length swords, if you would. We've got this long one. It's got kind of got like a braided handle, silver blade, black handle. I'm not sure if this is exactly like one we've gotten before or not, but it's there. They feel very very flimsy, but I guess it's so they don't snap. So we got this really long one. We got this medium length one. Again, same black braided handle. Silver blade. I don't know if this is going to focus on that for me. And then we have a slightly shorter one. So we got those 3. We're going to get those out of the way here. We get the bullpup, famous looking weapon. We do get the bipod this time, unlike the quick kick 2-pack. However, mine is warped. My bipod's all warped and crazy looking, but not a bad weapon. We've seen it a few times. I think it's a pain to hold for some figures. I'm not sure if it's going to be the case for Budo or not, but are these separate pieces, or no, it all moves as one. It's just maybe it is separate. Maybe no, it's warped, but. Porthole for blast effects. Got your magazine. It's not one of the worst ones, but there's, better ones out there for the classified line and just third party in general. So you got that. We also got this pistol that I'm unfamiliar with. I know we've seen similar ones, but I don't think we've seen one all tricked out like this with like the little laser on the bottom of it. It's got the porthole for blast effects. It's got the extended mag, and then it's got that little laser, flashlight, whatever your imagination wants it to be on the bottom. And I know like Range Vipers came with a similar one, but it didn't have the thing on the bottom. So it's a fun looking. I'm all for this. It's a great looking pistol. We'll throw that to the weapons pile. Now, like I said, we get him kitted out in his classified gear, and then we got some alternate stuff so we can mix and match. You can build your Budo how you want. So I guess we'll try to do this. We get an alternate head sculpt. We get the hair flowing down. I wouldn't say the face sculpt looks like Keanu Reeves, but like at quick glance, I'd say, you know, just the way the hair falls. But there you have that. Short hair all the way around, and then the figure has, why does my camera load like that? Raise it up for you guys a little bit. We got a nice fade with our man bun, if you would. I wouldn't even call it a fade, or high cut with the man bun. That's a good looking face sculpt. But working our way down with the classified look, we got our samurai tactical plate carrier, and I think it's looking pretty great, especially this brown color. We got our magazine pouches at the front, nice little radio over there. We got our diamond logo for him. We got his full name. Again, we saw it with Hawk. Now we're seeing it here with Kyle A. GIJoe. I'd rather just say GIJoe or even Budo. But we got our shoulder pieces that are attached, and we got our GIJoe in Japanese logo on the shoulder over there. So looking great. Working our way down to this waist piece. Again, it keeps that brown color going. We got some straps, we got some pouches. And then we have we can put one of the swords here. We'll bring that medium sized sword in there. Can that rotate, or is it just up like that? It's up like that. So our boy's gonna be drawing with his left hand, shooting with the right, you know. As far as articulation with this on, we can look down, we can look up. Whoa, we can look up. We got a peg hole in the back for the backpack, so there's some Molly gear and some pouches sculpted on the back there. T-pose without those arm guards getting in the way. There is a butterfly in there. Bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. You're not going to get much out of the ab crunch in there. And there's some rotation in the waist. Drop down hips. It's got his high kicks in. Kick forward that much, kick backward that much. We got a thigh cut. Looking at these legs, I'm not sure if we've seen these legs before. Then working our way down. Gray knee pads. Gonna get you that much bend with the double jointed pinless knees. We got a boot cut. We have shin guards that aren't straight. Maybe I'm just not up to date with shin guards, but are they supposed to be like offset, angled in? Does anyone know? But you got those, and you got your ankle rocker rotation. One thing, he is made in China, so we're keeping the made in China. Still that random retro wave so far for Vietnam, but I think he's looking pretty great. We'll swap the heads here, and then we'll dive into all these accessories. So is it on all the way? Yeah, that was quick. So there you are with your kind of flowing hair. I'm not sure which head sculpt he's supposed to would be like the original, which one's added. Like I said, I'm not too. The only thing I remember from Budo, because I jumped into, you know, I dabbled in the Marvel comics here and there, but when I was like hardcore reading after everything, it was after the 155.5, when IDW picked up where the Marvel run left off. And he was like just kind of like a caretaker of the San Francisco, Sacramento. I just watched that video too. I should know the answer to this. Old Arashikage dojo, and he didn't do much. There wasn't much Budo to go around. So there you have your classified-esque. Switching over, we got that traditional gear. We got this traditional vest piece. Just looks like straight up samurai armor. We got some browns, we got some blacks, we got that logo, we got some gold, silver in here, excuse me. And some green. And then we got the skirt piece for two swords. To go in there as well. And then that's just a simple peg on the back. These are going to be some pegs here. We also get two shin guards that clip on, and they're labeled left and right. All black and some brown. pull all this stuff over here so we can get it on as we go. And we also get some alternate arm gauntlets. Some red and black, nice leather texture going on there. We also get this neck protector thingy, flat black, not a whole lot going on with it. Kind of a weird piece, but we'll throw that in just to keep everything going. And then we have two helmets. We have our traditional, I'm sorry, let me say OG Budo helmet. Looks like we got kind of a microphone going in there. Some beautiful silver on the back. The chin strap. Then we have our more samurai / Oni crazy looking mask. Look at that sculpt arrow. I believe Shark Guy says he reached out to Lenny, and this was a tiger. So that looks awesome. And this face piece does not come out. I was kind of messing with it a little bit earlier. It does not. And then we got those diamonds on the left and the right. Then you can just see all that detail going around it. I don't know what this little braid thing's supposed to be. So we got plenty of gear here. So just throwing the helmet on real quick. Goes right over. I didn't know how it would work with the man bun, but not a bad fit. I don't believe this will fit. Net does not fit over this head sculpt. So long hair's a no-go. We also get this red neckerchief piece. So you can run that. And we also have this straw cape situation. So you could run that. There he is with the neckerchief and cape piece. I wonder if we can do the neckerchief without, or the cape without the neckerchief. Or is it too much going on? It kind of empties it out a little bit. Leaves it a little open. It's a good space filler. But we also have this large scabbard with a rope sling, so you can kind of throw it over his shoulder. He's running. So I would say this would be the classified look. You're running the classified look here. Grab that pistol. Holster that bad boy. Maybe. So there you have your classified look. Obviously, you can mix and match and set him up however you want, and we'll get him into his traditional garb here. And real quick before we do that, you can strip him down to just this long sleeve shirt. This holster is pretty snug. It's not moving all around like the rest of them are in the rest of the classified series. This one's on there pretty good. But you can get him down to bare bones and laundry day at the old dojo, and then everything pegs apart. Same with the lower belt, and then obviously his arm guards slide off. These are also labeled left and right. And here he is, all geared up. I'm not a fan of these shin guards where they just kind of clip over. It reminds me of some cheap WWE figures I had when I was a kid. They had like armor you could swap out. I'd put that neck piece underneath. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera or whatever. And I also took his man bun out, which I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm not sure if it's supposed to come out or not, but I wasn't exactly getting this this helmet on smoothly without it. But I mean, that's menacing right there. So I remember the Retaliation figure, Pursuit of Cobra, Retaliation, whichever figure it was, and it just looked, wild. It was straight up, the like crimson red samurai armor, and he just looked wild. But there you have him right there. That holster's still on. It kind of pops out a little bit, so you might have to heat it up to slide it off. But that is one look, and then obviously you can mix and match. You can have the skirt with the tack armor, whatever you want to do. It's your figure. But let's get that cape on him here. So you can run them that way. And then the alternate head sculpt on the traditional body. Run them that way. Get that one. Can I do this? And you can run the different gauntlets. You can get wild with this. The scarf thing doesn't really work, so there's a collar on this armor. I'll show you just how easy that all pops off. No heat needed. But that easy. So let me get them all changed back here. And as far as mix and match goes, there's your red arm guards with the brown armor. But here's the head without the man bun piece. It just pegs in. I don't know if it's supposed to come out, but I was able to get it out. And then we'll do another shot without that in for the helmet look here. So you can see how it looks without the man bun. So I don't know if I got lucky and wedged it in there or what, but there he is back to his classified form. And I'm gonna say it. You guys know how I feel about ninjas and whatnot. I like my more grounded, and I understand GI Joe's sci-fi, fantasy, military, whatever you call it. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of tactical Budo. So some size comparisons. We got Grunt. They're about the same height. Probably helps I have that in focus, huh? We got a Cobra Viper. And we have our totally original Senshi from Operation Monster Force. Or not Operation Monster Force, Valiverse Action Force, excuse me. We got those 13 Ghost Samurais coming soon too for Monster Force. I guess next season, season 3, series 3, whatever. But yeah, a lot of military samurais going around these days. But Budo definitely made me a fan. Especially this tactical Budo. So I'm a fan. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. This one ran a little bit longer. As far as what I was talking about earlier, would you want to see future deluxe classified figures where you could kind of change up their look, change up their style? I feel like this armor is executed pretty well. It's nice and thin. It pegs in. I didn't have to heat it up or anything. And it works. I'd have to like wedge tweezers in to try to get the peg through or anything like that. But I think it works. And then even if you display your tactical there, I'm sure you could find a third-party seller to sell you a mannequin or a stand for all the gear. He can worship it, pray to it, whatever you want to call it, or you just get a second figure. You grab a spare figure you have lying around and get all that gear on them. So let me know how you guys feel about Budo down below, and if you want to see any figures, deluxe versions of figures, kind of kitted out to change up their look, who would it be? What would you want to see? Let me know. Till next time, load up, grab your kits. I'll see you on the battlegrounds.